Let us discuss another material property or performance of asphalt concrete. It is fatigue endurance limit. So hopefully you know what is fatigue. Fatigue is the damage due to repeated load, and fatigue endurance limit means the limiting value of the stress or strain below which the material will never fail. That means if I apply in this marker, if I apply very big force, it may not fail in one cycle, but if I do it say 50 times, it will fail. But if I decrease my load very small, it may not fail like ever. So we need to find that limit of the stress or strain below which my material will never fail. That is called fatigue endurance limit. But by never fail, it's like infinity in terms. So what we do, we set a value 50 million cycle. That means we assume that in our laboratory, if my material can take 50 millions of cycle for certain load or strain, that value will be fatigue endurance limit. So this is I wrote it here, 50 million cycles, something to remember. Number 2 is what does failure means? If I say my material can take 50 million cycles before failure. So failure means what? I wrote a short term here, that is 50% decrease in stiffness. It is the astro consideration. That means whatever the stiffness of this material, say 100, whatever 100. So if I keep on applying load, it will have damage and my stiffness will decrease. So when my stiffness will decrease to 50%, we will call failure. Why failure? Because based on our experience, we saw that when the stiffness of an asphalt beam or asphalt sample decreases to 50%, the sample is about to fail lot of macro cracks inside the material. So ASTO recommends to use 50% decrease in stiffness is failure. Okay, so these two terms is in your book, so I discuss it here. Now, how do we do this test? We prepare beam sample. We take mix, put it in the hot mold, compact it using the ASTO standard, then prepare a sample, beam sample 15 inch long, 2.5 inch wide, 2 inch deep. So this is 2 point here, so 2 inch deep, and that side it is 2.5 inch wide. So we prepare this kind of beam sample and support it in a roller type support. Then we apply true load. We apply true load in a temperature control chamber. Temperature control chamber, temperature of 20 degree Celsius or 68 degree Fahrenheit. So we do this test at this temperature. And what is the frequency of loading? It's a sinusoidal loading. So we apply this, so it comes and goes. It's a sinusoidal loading, and that is 5 or 10 hertz, whatever you like. Take only any one, 5 or 10 hertz. At this temperature, we apply this loading, and for any strain level, we apply strain. We apply strain and measure the failure cycle. So this is we apply, this is we measure. So we apply some strain and measure the number of cycles at which it is failing. Failing means the decrease in stiffness to 50%. So we measure this and we apply strain and measure fatigue life. Then we plot a curve, epsilon versus n, strain versus fatigue life. Say when my strain is very high, my fatigue life is very low, small. If I decrease my strain, my life increases. If I decrease my strain, my life increasing. So first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, like this is. So then I am decreasing my strain, my life is increasing. Then we plot a curve. Then we take the value at 50 million in this curve and come here. What is the strain value? This value is called fatigue endurance limit. Now, if you can do the test exactly up to 50 million is good. Like you took a sample, applied say 800 microstrain, got a value, then 600 microstrain, get your N, then 400, get your N. In this way you can find where you are getting 50 million slab, but it takes huge amount of time. 50 millions, it will take months to finish this test. So sometimes we do not go up to that. We do several tests, draw a curve, extrapolate, and take the 50 million cycles and do the regression analysis to find the strain, or simply from the curve we can read it. That is fatigue endurance limit. And this fatigue endurance limit is an input parameter when we design pavement. So hopefully you understood what is fatigue endurance limit and why do we need this. So in our next video we will see another property of asphalt concrete.